Well, hello, welcome to today's live stream. Hey, welcome back. There we are. There I am. So, we'll be talking about or going through our level 1 of the Advent code. If you remember, we're trying to calculate how many times our combination code hits the number 0. And so we'll just be going through the spreadsheet here and figuring out how to get to that, how to enter our correct number. Okay, and I zoomed in so you guys can see it much better now. Yeah, you guys should be able to see it. So yeah, so we'll just be counting those zeros and going through that, going through code. So where it's written as 0, not at 0, where you see the highlighted number here in yellow, that's where we last stopped at. And we also have to make some updates to the code because the numbers weren't correct. But now we should be on our way. And also we realized that to use the ifs formula, it pretty much goes in order of sequence of the code. So that was something new. And yes, we last edited this on January 23rd. We're gonna highlight this square so that, but we'll keep that note though, so that we know that's when we last did that one. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just drag and drop the rest of this code till we get to that 900 number. And we're just gonna briefly make sure that the code makes sense. Or we're just gonna verify this code. So let's just drag it on down. Okay, here's 900. Wow, look at that, just great. So we have some issues before that. Oh man, look at that. Couldn't even get to 103. Yeah, the ifs formula, that was pretty interesting. It does calculate to in order of the sequence. Okay, so now we just have to go see what's going on with these numbers here. You know, we're getting we're getting 100, so something, we have to tweak something. fix something. Okay. Okay, so when I subtract 43 with 38, I get 5. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. We don't need this anymore. Okay. So we're just gonna write that out. So 43 minus 38 should give us 5. And then 5 minus 32. We have negative 27. So that should get us 73. So we did this last time, was verified. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, how many? 39. Oh wait. No, I was supposed to do 5 and 32. Okay, we're just gonna drag that over. Okay, and we're gonna have 5, 4. So we're just working through this problem here, just seeing how I get 73. Oh, and it's 32. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's right. 73. Gotta make sure. So now we have to check this one. So 34. Three, 34. Those 73. Okay, 34 is greater than 0, so it's gonna just subtract the number. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 73 minus 39. This is 34. Okay. So we have to make some tweaks when we're adding numbers. That's what is giving us the problem here. So it's probably similar to what we did when we're subtracting, making sure it doesn't go over the number. It kind of like resets. Reset. see if we can add an and feature. Let's see if there's a trick. Yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, yeah, let's look up the formulas. We need to add like an and or something. So we want to look logical. We might just have to change that to so we're just gonna copy this code and work over here and make our tweaks. So I think we're gonna change this value here, B13, to look at D12, the previous value. And see if it's greater than 0. And it's gonna add. So that should still do the same thing. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this down. Oh, welcome to the stream. We're trying to count how many zeros we get. Yeah, we're currently trying to count how many zeros we have. But at this very moment, we're trying to figure out how to make sure that the number doesn't go over 99. So like here, line 14, when you add 80 and 40 together, you get 120. Yeah, when you add 80 and 40 together, you get 120. But we have a combination lock, and the combination goes from 0 to 99. So the number can't be 120. It has to be, like some number between 0 and 99. So that's what we're doing. So we're just checking. We're checking the numbers here to make sure the formulas are right. Yeah, so. Yeah, that's what we're working on. So instead of 99, so I could probably just do this. let's I could just probably show this here. So this was our previous scrap work. So we're just gonna delete that. Start over. Um. So yeah. So we're at a position 80. So we're gonna start with 81, and then 82, and this will be 83. Yep, just like that. And we move 40 clicks to the right, so we gotta go to 40. Okay, so yeah, so we're at 99, so it resets at 1 or 0, excuse me, and then it starts back over. So we're just gonna drag and drop this till we get to 40. Okay, so this should say 20. Oh, okay, I think I saw the answer. So we just have to subtract 100. Uh, yes. Now the thing is, how I'm gonna put this in the code. Um, hmm. Oh, wait a minute. If expects all arguments after position 0 to be in pairs. Hmm. Huh. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. But okay, so that's not gonna work. Um, so back to this. Let's see what this does. Let's see what that does. So, I'm gonna add that here. But we want 99. And it's C. We're gonna do C. C14. I don't know if this is gonna work, but D13. Hmm. See if I can put comma. Yeah, it doesn't work. It just doesn't like it. Um, oh, we just gonna copy this. We gonna copy this code right here. But I don't need that though. Yeah, we're gonna delete this. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Interesting. Let's try this again. Oh, that's weird. That is weird. What? Okay, I'm gonna copy this again. That is weird. We want you to subtract 100. Okay. If it's greater than 0. Hmm. Let's cut this part and put that after here. 20. Got the answer. But I wonder if that will work if it's W burst. Let's try it. It does. Let's see. So this should say it's false. 80 is not greater than 99. Well, I don't know what it was saying about those positives. Okay, so this should be true. Yeah. True. It's gonna add it. And these should be false. So I'm gonna highlight it. Yeah, so that's false. So it's gonna skip that. This should be false as well. It's gonna skip that. And then this should be, it's gonna skip to this part. That's true. Since that's true, it's gonna execute that. And it doesn't go there, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna copy this code over here. And we're gonna put it right in our code. Yep. All right, so now we're gonna drag and drop again. Would it be another if statement added if 99 greater than 99 then? Yes. Yeah, so we added another if statement there. So yeah, so when you look at this long formula, it's probably a bit much going on. But so yeah, so we added another if then after, let's see here. It probably helps if I showcase. Okay, we're gonna copy this code and then I'm gonna show here on this page what's happening in each line. So the first if is what happened to the code? So it's NA because there's no numbers, but if and then okay. So this is what it looks like. So copy paste. So this is the formula. So if it's less, if that particular box is less than 0, it's going to then add those numbers from the right or the left. Hold on, I'm just copy. Okay, so let's delete this part. Okay. Put and undo that. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. Okay. Yeah. Cut this part. Paste. And all right, and last but not least is this part. Okay, so this is the formula that we have here with the if thens. And it goes in this order. Okay, let's delete that. So over here in this square, okay, where it says 80, this is what we have. So it goes, the sequence goes in this order. And yeah. So the first part is checking to see if we're checking to see if the number in the make it a little bit more organized. Okay, so we have the left turn and we have the right turn, which is noted as a plus, and the left is we're gonna say is a minus. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, it's basically another if then statement. So we're just gonna show how we did that. So the first part of the line, we're looking basically in the tabulation here, minus b plus that number if it's less than 0. So when we look at that number, it's actually 80. Yeah, so we have 80. So that's not less than 0. So we're going to keep going. So yeah, so that same number is 80. 80 isn't greater than 99, which is this line right here. We need some colors or something. Add some colors. Let's see. Gray might be a little too dark. Okay. Yeah, so 80 isn't greater than 99, so it's gonna skip that one. And then it's gonna look to see if D12 is greater than 0. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna skip that part. So D12 is greater than 0. That is true. And it's gonna tabulate that. Now I could have did the same thing. This is probably true. So we probably don't want this here. Yeah, let's see, because that's true. It's true. D12. Yeah, so we probably should delete this part because that don't make sense anyway, because we have this part here. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna keep it there because, yeah. We're gonna keep it there. Now, D12 minus E13. But this shouldn't even execute because there's no number there. So let's see, maybe there's a function that says empty. Not sure. That might be an option. Because that's essentially what we want. If it's empty. Um, yeah, so we're gonna see if we can put oh, well, we want to keep that there. We do want to keep that there. Hmm. Don't know what song that was. Okay, so we're just gonna keep that there. But now we're gonna drag this code. See if that solved the problem. It should have. Okay. Okay, we might have a problem. We might. Oh no. 88. Yeah. It's reading the cells. But we did get some zeros. But it's incorrect. I think I need to use the empty field. I don't know if they have empty. Yeah, this isn't good. And I got 20 here anyway. I got 20. Alright, so we're gonna end here. And we're just gonna make a note. Yeah, we're gonna have to use like the empty field, if that's even a thing, on Google Sheets. That might help with these formulas. Or unless I put something in these. Like NA. Dang. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, well, we're gonna get back to this next time. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Oh, I'm just now ending the stream, but we're currently doing some formulas, trying to count how many times 0 pops up in our code. But there's about 4,000 rows of combinations. So it's easiest to create the formula to tabulate that. And I'm currently using Google Sheets because it's free platform and easy to access. So, but yeah, so right now we're wrapping up. But yeah, hopefully you tune in next time. Thanks.